Hello, Guardians. Today I'm bringing you some more news, since This Week at Bungie was released yesterday. Um, this week at Bungie was a bit of good news this week. They finally confirmed, and they talk a lot about green light and green, and how green means good, and green is for the Irish, and anyway, I'm not going to go into that. But yeah, basically they've confirmed that there's going to be a weapons patch to balance the weapons and the state of the game, which we've all been waiting for. They're saying it's looking mid-February for release, so they don't go into much detail on the exact date for now. They've just given us a rough guideline. So basically, they go on. I'm not going to go through all the mumbo jumbo because basically it just all talks about the same things. But they go on to say that it's a fairly mysterious overview with vague crossed out, saying to me that they're trying to hint at what they're going to do, but they don't want to say too much yet because it's not 100% finalised, it's more like 99% finalised. So, it says here, goals. Promote alternatives and counters to shotguns. Now that says to me that they're not going to nerf shotguns, they're going to leave them as they are. But they're going to do something with the other weapons to basically make one or two of them, maybe sidearms, might be making sidearms more effective so that people can use sidearms to counter someone that they know is likely to be using shotguns. But then is that going to end up overpowering sidearms? I don't know. But that is along the lines that they're trying to say there. They're not nerfing shotguns, they're just going to bring something into the patch where basically means that you're likely to use a shotgun or this. They then go on to align potency of primary weapons with surgical changes. So this says to me they're just basically going to make primary weapons more powerful. Surgical changes is a bit of an odd one that's thrown me. I don't know if that means that there's going to be stuff like random super crits. Could that be an option? Because usually when the word surge is mentioned in games, it means like either a constant period of damage increased. Well, that's it. That's basically what surge means. So I'm wondering if that's what they're trying to get at. Like if you get 3 crits and you start to get a surge rating, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, by the looks of it, that means that's affecting all primary weapons. But I think they need to be careful there because one primary weapon is a shotgun, universal remote. Will that be affected by that buff, if that's what you want to call it, a buff? Meaning that will end up being overpowering? Well, we can only see, I suppose. And then number 3, it says fail down a couple of issues from each class. So that basically means that there's a few things that could be getting nerfed with each subclass. It also could mean that there's a few things that could be getting buffed with each subclass. Kind of like what they did with the Sunslinger's previous to Rise of Iron, where they nerfed Viking Funeral, etc., to basically mean that rather than it doing burn damage over a period of time, it actually increases the amount of damage applied over a period of time for you and your teammates. Now, number 4, it says fix some issues with a sampler platter of exotics. That says to me that they're going to make more exotics more useful, because right now they're basically, a lot of them are useless in PvP. The main one that people use is Truth and Galahorn, possibly. So this could mean that they're going to bring the primary exotics and secondary exotics up to field with legendary primary god roll weapons. Who knows? Then the last one, supporting adjustments to special ammo. That I honestly don't know what they're going to do because I don't particularly have issues with special ammunition crates or the amount of ammo for special weapons. So that's going to be an interesting one to see what they do there or what they're thinking of doing anyway. I've not seen any complaints on it, but I've not really looked into finding complaints for special ammo because, like I said, I don't really have any issues with it. Anyway, they go on and on and on and on, talking about more green lights, mid-February, so they're just basically trying to say, look, it has been finalised, but they can't release it yet because they want to go all through it with a fine-tooth comb so they don't screw the game over. That is the basic way of putting what they've typed out in a couple of paragraphs for you. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I will see you out there, Guardians.